The third point is depending upon the presence or absence of flowers, fruits and seeds. That means what we are going to see here, if there is presence of flowers, fruits and seeds, then what happens? Or if there is an absence of flower, fruits and seeds, then what it is called? See, based on this criteria, plants are classified into cryptogams and phanerogams. Phanerogams have seed, while cryptogams lack flowers, fruits and seeds. So what does it tell? That the criteria in the plants are classified as cryptogams and phanerogams. And phanerogams have the seed, while the cryptogams lack, means they do not show the flowers, or you can say fruits or seed. That means the plants are without flowers, or you can say without fruits or without the seeds. Now fourth point is depending upon whether seeds are enclosed within a fruit or not. Now here what we have to see, whether the seeds are enclosed in an fruit or not. If it is enclosed, then what it is called? And if it is not enclosed, then what it is called? We are going to see here. See here, phanerogams are further classified as gymnosperms and angiosperms. The phanerogams are further classified into, you can say, gymnosperm and angiosperm. So you are seeing here that phanerogams are having the seeds. So depending upon that, they are classified as gymnosperms and angiosperm. In gymnosperm, seeds are not enclosed. Whenever you see the gymnosperms, their seeds are not enclosed in a natural coverings. That means the seeds are not having a natural covering. Whereas in angiosperms, the seeds are covered within the fruits. That means in angiosperm, what happens? The seeds are enclosed in a fruit, but in gymnosperm, they are not enclosed in a natural covering. That means they are naked. You can call it as a naked seeds, or you can say that angiosperm seeds are covered within the fruit. Depending upon the number of cotyledons in the seed. Now there are cotyledons, or you can say coverings. So how we are going to see that? Angiosperms are further classified into dicots, or you can say into monocots. The monocots, the seeds cannot be divided into equal parts. That means if we divide the seeds of the monocot, they cannot be divided into equal parts. But that of the dicots, they can be divided into two equal parts. That means we can make two halves, or you can say two parts of one seed. Cryptogams, they have a hidden reproductive organs. That means their reproductive organs are hidden. They include three divisions. There are three divisions in cryptogams. Which are they? See here, Halophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. These are the three divisions in cryptogams. Now plants reproduce by spore formation. That means the plants are reproducing by the spore formation. But they do not produce the seeds. Even though they are, you can say spores, but they are not forming the seeds. Except Pteridophyta, conducting tissues are absent in other divisions. So there are divisions, Halophyta, Bryophyta and Pteridophyta. So in only Pteridophyta there are conducting tissues, while in others, that is nothing but Halophyta and Bryophyta, the conducting tissues are absent. Next comes the phanerogams. They have well differentiated visible reproductive structures. They include two divisions, that are nothing but gymnosperms and angiosperms. The plants have the special structures for reproduction and reproduce the seeds. Whenever you see, the plants are having a special structure for reproduction, and due to that they can only produce the seeds. Conducting tissues are present in both angiosperms and also in the gymnosperms. So whenever you see the conducting tissue are present in both angiosperms and gymnosperms. In 1883, whenever you see Eichler, he was one of the botanists. What he did, he classified the kingdom Plantae into two sub-kingdoms. And what happens here? That he had classified the kingdom Plantae into two sub-kingdoms. As a result, two sub-kingdoms were cryptogams and phanerogams, and that were considered as the plant classification. So we have seen what are cryptogams and phanerogams. Next is subdivision Thallophyta. So whenever you are saying in the Thallophyta, the example you are going to see, that is nothing but a Spirogara. So Spirogara is a green and free living, you can say, organism. So what it has? It has a floating filamentous algae. So what it is? It is nothing but a floating filamentous algae that belongs to subkingdom, that is nothing but cryptogams, and division, that is nothing but a Thallophyta. So what does the Spirogara tells you? That it is found growing abundantly in the, you can say, ponds, ditches, springs, slow running water, or you can say streams. So always it is found in the water. So these plants grow mainly in water. So this group of plants which do not have the root, stems, or you can say leaves, they are nothing but autotrophic, means they are preparing their own food. Then they may be unicellular, or you can say multicellular. Unicellular means having a single cell, and multicellular means having a many cells. Some of these are found in the fresh water, or while some are found in the saline water. They have a soft fiber-like body. The fungi like yeast or moss, they do not have the chlorophyll. Now whenever you see the figure of the Spirogara, you find here a cell wall. Then here there is a pyrenoid, or you can say there is a nucleus. So it contains chloroplast also. So therefore it is green in color.